This is a Can-Am Traxter HD9 XUT 2026 model. We've done around 300 miles in this in roughly 20 hours, so I'm just going to give you my sort of overall thoughts and opinions on this machine, and just go over some of the things I like and also dislike about it so far. So if we lift the bed up here, so this is just a nice easy thing you can get your hand onto and lift it up, and you can get to everything you need to, so you can check your oil, fill lubricants, fill screen wash, kind of everything you need to do. But I'm just going to quickly talk about a couple of things I dislike about it, but to be honest there's not many things that we dislike so far, but something that I do not like, I'll just drop this down, is that if it's raining, this is all wet. If you go to fill the fuel up, so you take the cap off, go to fill it, the rainwater sometimes drips off here and kind of lands in the fuel tank, and it's not great. I'm not a huge fan of it. This is just separate, so there's nothing that it hangs on, but it's not really a big deal. And then just going around to the front of the machine, another thing that isn't great if you do a lot of on-road driving are the halogen lights, and they're also designed for melting snow, so that's why they're halogen lights, because they get a lot hotter, so any snow build up here, it'll melt really quickly. But if you're doing a lot of on-road driving, it would be helpful to have some LED light. So now talking about the things that we do like about it, there's like a massive cargo bed on the back, which is really handy. We previously had another buggy, but it was a bit smaller, but this space is just brilliant for fitting just so much more in. So yeah, that's really helpful. And then you also get some cup holders in here if you're sitting having lunch, whatever. Just handy little things to have. And this handle's also on both sides, so it's nice and easy if you're driving and you need to tip something out. You don't need to go all the way around to the other side to do it. Sorry, another thing about the cargo bed is you've got all these little tie down points. They're really helpful. So if you've got a load, you can get to either side and strap it on. Standard. This is obviously road legal. We have a trailing socket and then registration. Got a tow ball. Another thing I like about this is that it comes standard with the winch on the front, so it's something that you don't really anticipate using very often, but when you do, it's just so handy to have one. That just mounts onto the back of the skid plate in there. So starting in the driver's side, got indicator. This is obviously the road legal version. Indicator, hazard lights, winch control, fully heated cab. So this has got vents here and there. The heated window vents, which are awesome, so that when you get in all soaking wet or driving when it's damp and wet, clears the window really well. And then you've also got some storage up here, which is just handy for putting bits and bobs. And if we jump in, so this is the start stop button for the engine. This key has to be on the little bitty here, and the best way to get this off is just flick it down rather than trying to pull it straight off. Job done. And then you've got your 4-wheel drive, rear diff lock, and then this is the little controller for changing settings on the screen, and then it's also got downhill descent control. This cab also has the manual opening front window, which is good. And then we also have the 2 speakers up here for the radio on either side, which is more than enough. You do get the sound roof, but we've just got an insulated roof, which is fine. We've got the beacon control there, and then the 2 work lights front and rear, and then that's your window wiper and also screen wash just there. And we also have the interior light up here, which is something that's definitely worth having, because when you're sitting in here in the dark, can't see, you've got to get your phone torch out, whatever. Just really nice. It's also really bright. And then in the middle here you've also got a little opening bit, which is fine just for putting, I think this is actually for putting your phone in either bit, maybe not in either bit, but certainly in there. And then cup holders and just general nice handy storage. And then that just flicks up, solid. And then you've also got some cup holders here, so no shortage of cup holders. And then on either side door pocket, There's cup holders in both sides. We have a storage compartment under the seat, and as you can see, for like jackets and stuff under the seat, there's so much space in here. We just keep a toolkit, oil top up, and just rags and just general bits and bobs in there, and that just falls down no problem. We also have a toolbox here, which we got as an accessory because it just keeps stuff from, because this just pops out, so you can have everything there. But the reason we like the toolbox is because, as you can see, all those bits in there are loose, so that if you're driving along a bumpy track or quite rough terrain, stuff can just fall off. So it's quite handy having a box that it all keeps enclosed in. So overall in here, it's a nice spacious cab, nice space to be in, nice space to work in, and as I say, it's super comfortable as well when you're driving about on the road and off-road, to be honest. It's just very good. Another thing this has got is the electric windows, which is just a nice feature. Doesn't really need it, but it's cool to have, and I think on the Deluxe cab it's the only option you get. Also comes with these big mirrors, which are very good. You can actually see out of them, unlike some of them on buggies. Now just going over some of the additional bits that we got. So this is headache rack. Going up on the roof here, we have two laser 25 max rear work lights. I can do a more detailed review on them if anybody's interested, but I can tell you, laser lights, absolutely amazing. This is the aerial for the radio. We just have it sitting flat at the moment, but we usually have it sitting up the way. Beacon, sort of hazard light, it can be, you can change the pattern it does, but yeah, it's quite nice. Well, it's fine. It's nice and flush with the roof, so it looks quite nice. And that's another laser light bar there. I'll show you from behind, then I'll just go and show you from the front. So that's the laser 24-inch linear light bar, if anybody's interested. And I can say, if you ever want LED lighting on a vehicle, they are the best lights to get, and they also come with like a 5-year warranty. I know you're probably thinking that isn't there in the previous clips, and that's just because we've just fitted that on. So that is also an additional accessory. So overall, I would say that this has been really good so far. I'm going to come back to this in maybe a couple of months once we've done a bit more work with it, a bit more miles, a bit more hours, and just see what we're thinking. But yeah, as I say, so far really good, awesome machine.